All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League in our second and final match of the night here in the league. North American side is going to be Mirage facing off against There Is No Team. Team Tint. Teenage Mutant Ninja Devs. That's right, you might see here, we got Rad David N. Might recognize him from the Discords.
And wish you guys good luck.
Goodbye hug. Goodbye hug.
Yeah, but goodbye hug. Everyone huddle. Everyone huddle.
Bye.
Everyone say bye.
Wishing guys a goodbye.
Oh no!
Get in here.
Push them out.
Bye, guys.
Wait, how do you get over there? What the
Bye, guy, the science guy. Whoa, that's a $100 fine there. But anyways, these two teams about to start off here. For There's No Team, again, you might recognize Red, David, and as well as White Dragon. Both of them actually ready at Dawn developers.
Yeah, good luck.
And I only bring that up because, you know, based on the last few streams, there's a lot of Quest users in here
Ready as I'll ever be. Good luck.
who don't have the Echo experience. So, you know, trying to be aware of that and just welcome all of you to the stream. But all right, so a guy parting off there. I'm sure he'll be lurking in the stream somewhere. You hear the good lucks and the have funs going out, and that's what we're hoping for here too on the caster's end. So round one underway now. And first to the disc will be There Is No Team. Mirage coming over here on the orange side. Tony, Saluna, 22, DJ Echo Fontek. Dave with the disc, going for a soft pass behind the backboard. That was a nice opening play. And Tony for Mirage appreciating that one, giving his props. Well, yes, good to see Saluna here on Mirage. Seen her a couple times at least, 2 or 3 times in the last week. One of those longtime players who hasn't been involved in competitive play until, for a while at least, not until recently, getting back here in VRML. Good to see a good defense being played. There's White Dragon with a grab out of the midair. For There Is No Team, White Dragon. When you get White Dragon playing in this game, you have quality assured, which is a joke in itself because, well, he's a Q&A guy, and a great one at that as they go for a score here. Fair enough. That is to say, the player's name is fair enough, not... Anyway, that's the thing about There Is No Team. They have so many ways you can go with their names and turning them into little bits of wordplay. But yeah, White Dragon, super skilled player. I mean, not just to mention developer, but just as a player, you know. Dude's a gamer, and it shows every time he plays here in Echo. Of course, Dave from Ready at Dawn, the other very popular developer. As, you know, in fact, my favorite developer, as he paid me to say a couple weeks ago on stream. But anyway, that said, now everyone loves him some Dave for sure, and he's been a very effective player for his team. In fact, for There Is No Team as a whole, we've seen just a lot of these reverse sweeps. That's kind of been the running theme in recent weeks for Tint, and that they've lost these first rounds a handful of times recently, but they seem to just to be extremely consistent in being able to adjust and come back in those second rounds and third rounds to win. For Mirage here, one of the newer teams to competitive play, but a lot of good things we've seen from their team. Tony, talented striker for sure, and just an all-around personality. And obviously, the Tony time, always a factor as he's right online for the shot.
I hit my vent.
Yeah.
Someone there venting about hitting their vent. Well, hopefully he's all right. Airing out the old knuckles, I suppose. Yeah, we see another one of the players there from Mirage, Fontak. It's no joke when he's in the goal. He's very skilled at the defensive end. And always a factor as well across the weeks. See a bunch of people stopping in here. 15 so far-ish in the stream. Also got National Agency, Cobra Strike, Gilligan hopping in, saying truth to, I think, my comment about White Dragon a little bit earlier. But yeah, White Dragon. The legendary White Dragon at that will make the pass to fair enough, but cut off very nicely by Saluna right at the nest. So cutting off the high percentage areas. Obviously, I'm always frequent to point out those nests, barrier passes, as well as backboard. Those are very high percentage goal opportunities if you can execute a pass to said areas, just because it gives you the most options in terms of shooting angles versus if you're coming down from diagonally or directly above or below the goal. Now a clear will go out there. There's a good stack coming in from Mirage, and they tie it up. Saluna on the stack with DJ Echo. Gotta say, DJ, let's go for a tied up game competing here. 4 minutes into the first round. See Guy hopping in the chat from There Is No Team, the 5th rostered member. Not that they're rostered in any particular order, but I don't know. I mean, maybe they are. Guy can tell me. But Guy hopping into the chat in a figurative sense, not hopping in literally unless he wants to. I mean, you can if you try, Guy. Don't let your dreams be dreams. You're a LAN finalist, for goodness sakes. You know what it takes. Sometimes it takes a little bit of hopping. But right now, Tony just trying to hop in for the clear as well as the Saluna. See if they can get that clear and that boost again. There's that clear kind of actually sailing back to the hands of Saluna. So self-pass if nothing else. Open goal. Oh, barely missing. That would have been a 3-point lead. But another rebound. DJ Echo just ducking under through. But now it's Huzzah, the good save. And the clear just ricocheting back into the midfield. So Huzzah doing the goalkeeping duties there as Huzzah now will pull away. Gets fair enough up top here for maybe just a play on the goal, and barely missing that one as well. So back-to-back for both these teams. Narrow misses. They're going to go for that shield play. Rad Dave looking for the back pass. Gets it to White Dragon. Not dragging his feet, certainly, but trying to get the goals. Back it goes on the turnover, and some stacks coming out, at least attempting to, but a lot of brawls as well. Right now, Mirage doing quite a nice job just keeping the pressure on Tint. Mentioned the experience at play. For Mirage, they're new blood to competition and to Echo Arena. With an exception of Saluna, she's the only one that I'm familiar of who's been around, for the last two or 3 years. So Fontac does get that pass up high over to Saluna. Saluna going for Tony. Just maneuvering around, but there's that midfield defense, which has been a factor for Tint. Fair enough, dishing out some stuns. Now a clear going through as well, but the boost not quite in line. That's going to sail back to the bubble area, but a stack finally from Huzzah and White Dragon. So Dragon going for the backboard, but Tony contesting nicely. So instead, they'll just go forward to the cutting. Fair enough. And compliments courtesy of Mirage there. Just offering them the nice shots and the good sportsmanship all around. Love to see it. But I like that from Mirage. You saw White Dragon and Huzzah. They had split up on the stack, and White Dragon was going for the backboard, so always a strong place to pass to for a high percentage goal. But it was cut off nicely by Mirage, so it really forced Tint to adjust and go somewhere they weren't necessarily intending to at first with that other cross pass. Now, speaking of a pass back miss there to the goal, so Mirage will retain the disc. And Fontac just going to play that slowly here as the space out comes from Mirage. They're trying to give each other passing lanes, but a steal from Fair Enough. And immediately on the back line, already the boosted players for Tint looking to collect that one with maybe an open goal. One-on-one. No, denied by Fontac. Punched by Fontac, but received by Fair Enough. Fair going for the stuff, but no, Fontac, fantastic job. I mentioned him just a minute or two ago, and he's providing those defensive highlights again, just challenging Tint in a very spectacular fashion for Mirage. But Tint looking to recollect here as DJ Echo gets the disc, has some back passes available as well as the crosses. Very close game, 2:30 left, a bit lower scoring, prioritizing these backouts in these passing plays right now. Here you can see White Dragon hanging onto the leg of DJ Echo, so we'll force the Luna into the shot. That is snuffed out by Rad Davidin. Does it yet again, week after week. But gotta love that defense from Tint as well, because you can see they were maybe looking for the barrier pass on Mirage, and yet White Dragon denying it much the same way as he was denied on the backboard just a couple minutes ago. And speaking of denials, there Saluna goes with a good steal, and now finally a clear. Can't find the boost though. And it will be just left on this side of the floor, those stacked players for Mirage. They're going to enable There Is No Team to recollect, and they do, and send it back out. They have a 2-point advantage here with 1:42 left. And guys shouting out Dave on the save, no doubt. So fair enough. Getting stunned out by Tony over in the midfield. Be taken by DJ Echo again. But look at that back there, White Dragon just recognizing that they had the 2-point advantage here. There's not a ton of time left, so 3 is definitely the last thing that there is no team would want to concede. So good job playing that positioning back there. It's an important part of the meta that's continued to develop. And here going for a goal about to develop, but trying to hand off a pass to Hazazi. Cut, but some more nice defense from Mirage. Will deny it. Super impressed by the defensive effort we're seeing from Mirage here. A nice short-range leech from DJ Echo. He's going to get a slap clear into the tunnel, and now turning around, trying to look for the stacks, but unable to get too much going. But the stuns, that is going. So now a 3 potentially, but Dave just shutting that one out as well. So whether it's in the goal or just way outside for 3. That said, there's a 3 from Saluna. Absolutely, it's a 1-point lead from Mirage. How about that? 33 seconds left, and Tint now in a position playing from behind in the first round, and yet it's not a place that they're unfamiliar with seeing because it's been a frequent thing over the weeks. But somehow, more often than not, Tint has managed to always come back with those reverse sweeps. That said, it's not like it's a loss right now. They still have 14 seconds. We'll see if they can get it back. 12 now in this round to get a goal going. A good punch there. White Dragon coming in. Could it be? No, it's Saluna. Another denial. A deep shot there. Will just bounce astray, but how about that? Round 1 in the books to Mirage.
Oh my god. Oh, good round, actually. Sorry.
Yeah, come on.
Sorry. I'm so used.
Toxic.
I'm sorry.
That's all. This is why I like having open comms most of the time. So some fun interactions there, but again, it will be Mirage taking that 1-point advantage, along with the toxicity advantage from Saluna. Goodness, banned. But anyway, just kidding, of course. Will be that first round there, and you can see a lot of it credit to Saluna. In fact, despite the fact that not actually getting credit for it, there's just a lot of those steals and then the clears and boosts. Saluna putting up some very timely and important numbers, especially there at the end. It was ultimately Saluna's shot that was the round winner there to pull ahead. So 5 points for Saluna. Tony contributing 2, as well as 19 stuns, the high stun count for his team. DJ Echo with 1 steal, 12 stuns. Fontact with 1 steal and 4 stuns. Meanwhile, for Tint, it's White Dragon with 2 points and 2 saves, as well as 11 stuns. Fair enough with 4 points, 19 stuns, leading the stun department there, and as well as the point department. Rad David N leading with the assist there, 1 save, 1 steal, and 8 stuns, so kind of a nice even stat line. And then for Hazard, 2 assists, 2 saves, and 11 stuns as we make our way to the second round. Will this be another potential reversal of fortune going in the favor of Tint, as we've seen all too often here the last 3 weeks? Yet to be determined, but we know they are surely capable. And no, Guygasm, I'm not calling you Shirley. I know your name is Hooligan or something like that. Over here, though, be fair enough. Trying to get the disc off to Hazard, but losing it here. Tony gonna slap it out. Back to the wedge, taken by White Dragon now. See, Cam Jam stopping by saying hi all in a very highlighted message. So hello to Cam Jam, as fair enough hands it off, and Red David in. Doing a whoa according to the players here. I think that's more of a TikTok thing, but Rad Dave doing the whoa gets the goal off the handoff from Fair Enough. Fair Enough? I don't know. Cam also saying Saluna is a big signing. Well, to my knowledge, at the very least, just a substitute for the moment, but just putting up huge numbers for sure. Tony handing it to the aforementioned. There's Saluna off the backboard, and it's a 2-point goal for Mirage. Assisted by Tony nicely on the cut. Yes, checking out the roster real quick. Yes, Saluna is not a rostered member, is a league sub, but a very strong one at that. The veteranship, the experience, and the skill all shining through for the last 12.5 minutes now of play. So nice to see. Like I said, anytime you can see these longtime players getting involved for the first time, or at least for the first time in a long time into comp, it's always nice to see. That's kind of the case of there is no team as a whole. All right, here, a cross pass just missing, phasing through the players, and back to the hands perhaps of Mirage. So fair enough with the disc, and we'll sling it over to the side, being taken by a Huzzah on the bottom ramp. The defense definitely swarming for Mirage. You can see a Tony, Saluna all playing outside of it. So going for a cross, but actually a fake. And Huzzah, no mistake, that's just a goal, 4-2. Thought he was eyeing the cross pass potentially, but yeah, you can see that little pump fake and turned it to a goal instead. Nicely done, and actually the stun on the goalie as well. So a lot of good things going the way of Tint on that entire play. Goran asking if I have a TikTok. Maybe. maybe. Tony over here looking for that just deep clear into the blue zone, but will be taken right back by there is no team. It's Huzzah. Do note, it's Huzzah with 3 Zs. Easy 3Z, as fair enough pointed out to me when I had misspelled it a few weeks ago. And definitely a terrible miscarriage of justice on my part, but it's fixed here. Going for a very fixed play. Huzzah puts it away. It's a 4-point advantage now for Tint. Well underway to maybe that second round comeback that is just a absolute just mainstay in There Is No Team. Another one of those teams I like to mention on stream a lot is Chaos, because they're a team who's known for the game winners, whether it's against them or for them. Chaos is a team who gets a lot of those exciting finishes as well. So it's a lot of interesting stuff here at every division of Echo Arena and of VR Master League. But right there, utilizing the back pass to Rad Dave, as newer viewers will note, and we've seen a lot of them over the course of just the last couple weeks and today alone. There's been a seriously huge amount of new players here because of the Quest version. As phasing out of existence, maybe a diversion, but Huzzah will still get that on the sidewall, no less, and just try and back it out. Looking for the cross pass to mid, where fair enough lurks. Speaking of lurking, though, that's a lot of speedy players coming through from Mirage, all getting back into the defensive line now, maybe getting the disc right back. It looks like that will be the case. So 5:44 left, Tint with the 4-point lead, nothing too significant to overcome, especially if they get that stun and the disc. Oh, there's Saluna again and doesn't miss. Finding herself just absolutely making a name, making Saluna a known commodity in the final week of regular season of Master League. How about that? Cruisin' saying I'm not going to jinx it, but I might have fixed my ping, by the way. So no more claymation Cruisin'. I was enjoying that. Teams, maybe not so much, but I was fine with it. I joke, but that's good to hear. Hopefully no caster's curse. Sereno, as you just made me say it out loud, so too late. It's probably unfixed now. I'm sorry to inform you. But fair enough, we'll get the disc here. Looking for that corner pass. Brad David doing a little bit of cruising himself into the goal with some claymation, but animated now on the retrieval and trying to go for the goal and maybe take a lead. It's going to be Tony time. Yes, sir. It's up by 2 points here in the second round. Mirage absolutely hanging in there strong. Cruisin' saying it's unexpected. And yeah, perhaps a bit. I mean, again, Mirage has done nothing short of impress me over these first few weeks of their play. But there is no team. Again, between all of that finalist experience there, the developer experience, I mean, the developer hacks, just kidding, none of that. Or am I? But over here, fair enough, we'll get the disc. Yeah, Mirage is really hanging in there, doing a great job for themselves. It's super impressive, you know, to have their team hanging in, much less actually winning a round and perhaps sweeping. I mean, it is right within their grasp, especially if that goes in. But no, it's Huzzah with a very crucial tap out. I know there's 4 minutes left, but I mean, if you give Mirage any more momentum, they very well could start snowballing. So for There Is No Team, they just want to hold it together, kind of right the ship a little bit. Note that I said ship with a P. Have to clarify. Right the ship as Rad Dave sails in, but loses it to Fair Enough, actually gets the disc back, and a very important shot from Fair Enough to tie it up off the backboard. There we go. That is maybe the stabilization that There Is No Team needed after conceding some goals, a few in a row there, to Mirage. So right back in it, and right back to the last 3 minutes of round 2. Both these teams clearly in it to win it, but just gotta love the intensity here and the just never give up attitude, essentially. Because, yeah, you know, I was expecting, as I do every week, some impressive plays from Mirage, but just I wasn't quite expecting this necessarily. But, you know, as always, anytime you get underdog situations, you're happy to be proven wrong, just from an entertainment perspective. Maybe not from a guygasm perspective, but from an entertainment perspective, you're always happy to see that and just see the progress of teams like this. So there they go. They're going to get the disc right back. Saluna now with it, uncontested for the moment, has an opportunity to maybe take a lead right back, but Huzzah, some stuns, so crucial play there again. Huzzah really coming through late game, and that's not even just the case with this match. That was also the case for the matches last week. Huzzah having some very clutch plays to secure some wins for his team. Definitely a very talented player. As he goes for a shot, and he does get it too. Tony actually saving it just about, so a self-goal credited towards Tony essentially, but it will still be 2 points for there is no team, and that was Huzzah who shot it. So 10-8 advantage to Tint. Less than 2 minutes left, a very close match. And it's going to come right down to crunch time here and that execution. Let's see who comes through. It will be, guess who? Huzzah! Mentioned the crunch time plays. Oh, he just misses the goal. Caster's curse, but you know what? Fair enough, still has a chance. Unable to convert. So big steal from Huzzah, but just couldn't quite make that open goal, and that really could have put it away here against Mirage in this round 2. But look at Dave playing way back there. And wisely so, because again, 1-3 with 1 minute 20 seconds left. I mean, that could very well be the game winner. In fact, that was the case in round 1 when Saluna had that shot on 3. I know there was still a minute or so left, but it ended up being the game winner. Now that said, fair enough. He's trying to keep them in it so they can win it, and it's 12-8 with 1 minute left for Tint. So pulling away by 4 points and forcing the hands now of Mirage, needing to score twice in less than 60 seconds is going to be a tough go of things. So maybe that reverse sweep, or at least reverse sweep potential, starting to creep up as we've seen. But here's Fontac rolling out. He's going to get through just before that stack punches him out. Saluna taking a pass, but actually just right into the hands of White Dragon. A nice cutoff by White Dragon outside the bubble. Deep into the other zone. It's going to be taken back and scored by Huzzah. So one last play here to pave the way for this victory in round 2. But no matter what, we'll be seeing ourselves that third round. How about that? I believe that was also the wrong replay, so don't mind that unless you wanted to see it again, in which case you are welcome. But with 10 seconds left, nothing going to happen here in terms of changing the outcome, but we'll see. Taken here by absolutely nobody.
Yeah.
Let's have some fun.
I agree. This has been a fun match. How about that? 14-8. I mean, for a while there, towards the last few minutes, Mirage, you know, tying, taking a lead, looking to pull ahead there. But love to see it. I mean, anytime you can get these third round matches, always makes for a more entertaining stream, more hype stream. It's Egg Stream, not to be confused with Egg Stream. Shout out to QL Young. Ender in the chat, highlight message saying, big old poggers. Yes, sir. Mirage continuing. I mean, do not mistake yourselves. If you look at this screen right now, you're looking at the records saying, oh, Mirage, you know, lower, a little bit lower on the MMR there. You know, 2-7 record so far, new to comp. Honestly, since the very first game from Mirage, very first game, which if I recall correctly was versus 18 and under. They impress right away. So, I mean, no matter, you know, wins and losses and things like that, sometimes coming down to experience and what have you. But honestly, for being a new team, I mean, that's a very deceptive record. They are much better than that might indicate. And they're a team I'm seriously looking forward to. Just seeing how they grow, especially going into next season. I mean, I think they have a really bright future. But all right, here we go. There is no team. And Mirage. Oh, both of them overshooting at first, so Saluna will get the slap through, but in the back line will be Dave along with White Dragon, unable to get the clear, but White Dragon still lurking behind. And taking the disc for his team here on Tint. Now, again, the midline defense playing pretty aggressively for Mirage, way up there in the midfield. But the important thing is getting back in time, and they actually do, for the most part, a little bit off balance, but that's kind of the big thing there. If you play aggressive midline defense, it's fine as long as you're able to get back into the bubble quickly. Right there, Fontac with some quickness of his own. There's another save. We've already seen that once or twice here in this match. A good dish out there. A clear going to Saluna. Saluna, the clear goal, but a little bit low it looks like, and unable to convert. But DJ Echo is positioned kind of in that back line, maybe looking to rebound, and he does. Fair enough contesting it. A good pass up here, but aggression coming from Huzzah, trying to teach a lesson on that in terms of the midline defense we're talking about. And so really the super aggressive play from both of these teams as that will sail very close there to the goal, taken back and scored. Couldn't tell if that was Dave or Huzzah. But Mirage, DJ Echo this time will indeed technically get a save of sorts. They'll take away the credit, but it will still be a goal to There Is No Team first. Yeah, pointing out all the bodies there cruising. A lot of congestion for sure, so it hit a variety of players as that would have been in had it not been for the defense. But over here would be Huzzah taking that disc, sending it through. But already there is a goalie there. Fontac, no doubt, playing in the back line. And all the meanwhile in the front here, there's Saluna again. How many times have I said Saluna's name? Just bothering players for Tint in the midfield and causing these turnovers over and over again. So aside of the fact that she's gotten how many points now? I mean, 10 points, also some defense, so really doing a little bit of everything. Meanwhile, Tony, he's just going to dodge through all this defense, cluttered up, taking it in. Basically would have been a 1-on-4 situation, so maybe pressing up a little bit too hard on offense with all that defense just waiting for him to basically arrive. That said, DJ Echo gets the disc right back and tries to send that pass over to Tony. Eventually gets over to him. And here it goes again. 7:30 left. This is a third round. First round was 7-6 advantage to Mirage. And courtesy of a last-minute-ish shot from Saluna for 3 to take that advantage. Over in round 2, it was Tint doing exactly what they do, which is to say, just coming back and adjusting. 14-8 victory there in the second. So here's Saluna with another attempt. Oh, taking it out there, DJ Echo. And that's just going to miss. That might have had a chance had he not grabbed it, and yet there was also defense near DJ Echo that could have grabbed it himself, so not necessarily a bad idea to grab it. Kind of 50-50 on that call, to be honest. So I'm not quite sure either way. That would have been a tremendous play. As Cruzen says right there in the chat as well. Would have been nasty, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. All right, here on the disc it will be Dave. With a cross pass. Oh, the denial from Fontac! Denying the attack. And absolutely a defensive attack for him. Wow. Fontac is just incredible inside that goal. Now that's going to roll very close, but Tint does get back to the back line here. Recovers. An interception maybe by Saluna, just trying to get that disc. Bouncing off the Geo. She will get it back, looking for a pass beneath to Tony. Tony, but a save now from Huzzah. This defensive play, very nice from both teams. Not wanting to concede anything, even on these stacks. Cannot give enough credit to Mirage for just how well they are playing today. But for Tint, they are ever the more dangerous, and they're a team who does not seem to get tilted. They just adjust and adjust until finally they win, it seems like. Against any team, they just put up these great fights. But at the moment, oh, it will be Saluna lighting up the goal for the first few points. Finally for Mirage in round 3. It's a 1-point advantage here. Continuing to strike hot. 13 points for Saluna, as well as 4 saves and 46 stuns. So leading in 1, 2, 3 categories for Mirage. Just an incredible match for Saluna. But all of Mirage, again, contributing. Fontac with some great saves. They have DJ Echo and Tony with some a great defense here in the midline. Going now for offense again. It's fair enough. Gets the goal right beneath the feet, just about. Or at least coming in hot off of that one. And this is what I was meaning earlier about the midline defense. You can see if the defense can't get back into the goal in time, you're just basically giving up a one-on-one, which is a very nice opportunity for any offense. They'll gladly take those one-on-one plays anytime they can get them. So always something to be aware of. But very nice passing, as Gilligan mentions there. And will be a turnover here in that midfield. And again, being split up, and the shot just barely missing again here. I think Mirage, for them, if I was in their ear, if I was their coach and whatnot, I would be just saying, look back for those stacks real quick, because at the moment they are still playing that aggressive midline defense, but their stacks are coming in a little bit slower than it did in previous rounds, and they're really allowing Tint just to walk it in again and again, like that one from Fair Enough. That is about the only place that's really going wrong for Mirage, is just letting up a little bit on the pedal with those stack backs. But it will be 6-3 here, and Fair Enough getting the goal, again, kind of walking it in on the defense. And now Fontac rolling out. A couple deep passes being sent, and the contesting coming in from multiple Tint players. And they do get it over to the side, go for that mid pass, just past the White Dragon's hands, but Huzzah is there for a little bit of cleanup. And again, here's the midline defense. So as I was saying, let's see how they do in terms of getting back. Otherwise, here's Fair Enough. Might have been eyeing another one of those number situations. Still could be the case if Huzzah dishes it really quick back. But instead, will just be a cross pass to the corner. Does miss the hands of White Dragon. That's going to go up over to the midline. There's Saluna with a mail slot. Could it be? Very close, but not so. Now it will be Huzzah with that disc, and some more defense in that midfield coming out here. David just missing the handles. Back to Saluna, but Huzzah with a good recovery, getting it to Fair Enough just before he's stunned. Some more stuns coming out now from Tony. And now over to Echo on the floor right by the Rad logo. So maybe Rad can use that logo to get some power going here and make some moves into the orange side of the floor. Attempting to do just that right now with Huzzah. Has a cross. Will get it. Oh, and almost lost off the hands of Fontac. Another save from Mirage that just gets put into the goal instead. That is 3 now that we've seen from Mirage. That is credit to a Mirage player, but still gets scored for Tint. Super unfortunate on that one, because that was just a great grab. What can you say? Continuing to impress Fontac. So a deep rollout there. Does actually squeeze through. Oh, but couldn't make the goal. That would have been a gorgeous rollout just through the wickets of the defense. But nonetheless, now in the mid lane, be Fontac getting a short boost off of Fair Enough. Just enough to get the disc right back as he sends a clear. Into the midline, taken here by Saluna. You can see the spreading on the floor here from the players on Mirage. Maybe eyeing that cross pass, but no, it'll be Saluna trying to attack. But Dave getting that play. And now getting the shield. A little bit of it all as he goes with the shot. Is it on line? Just barely missing. Almost a huge series of plays. A trifecta from Dave, a full buffet on a save, shield, and then shot. But still Fair Enough with a disc, actually missing it here. But the good positioning from Tint, on every side of the floor. So that's something good to point out, is anytime you have players basically filling up left, right, and center, it gives you a good chance at rebounds, even if you miss the first attempt. Like right here, missing that first attempt, but it's Fair Enough, gathering it right back. So 10-3, and with just about a minute remaining, it's looking like it's yet another reverse sweep for Tint in the works. Cruisin saying, wow, all right. Did it? That time I wasn't actually trying. Sometimes it's unconscious, sometimes it's a little bit forced, I'll admit, but never you mind that. But hey, if I just did a subconscious one there, I'm proud. Almost as proud as I am of that shot from Saluna. White hot. It's a 4-point game. Now, I'm not sure if there's going to be time to come back, but I mean, 16 points, 30 seconds, and yeah, it's going to be mighty narrow here. I think mathematically we're just looking at a little bit too narrow of margins to work with, but Saluna really making a name for herself in this game especially. I think this is her 3rd match, I want to say, in VR Master League. She was briefly part of a team. Couldn't remember who it was. I think it might have been Catalyst, but that situation kind of disbanding a little bit there. But either or.
It's not over!
Oh, dear.
Oh. That was fun. That was fun, bro. That was fun.
Wait, 6 bounces.
Oh! 6 pop! Look at that scoreboard. Saluna! Huh?
Huh?
Oh my god.
Huzzah!
Okay, I love you, Huzzah.
Huzzah.
But
Huzzah!
Saluda! Still, though, Huzzah had a very good game. Not to take away.
You should
Yeah.
scrim. Let's scrim.
Yeah. That was so much fun. Oh my god.
All right, well,
Oh
Next
my
time I'll
God.
play. Next time I'll play on my chair. And then we.
Can you sit down and play?
No.
playing on his chair like you just don't care. Well,
I fell over in my chair.
10 to 6 to 10 here in the third round, and as chat was pointing out, pleasure to watch that game. And Cruisin saying I've never heard such non-toxic comms in a lobby. I'm inclined to agree. I mean, we've seen a lot of good sportsmanship among many teams, and a lot of these post-game celebrations at times that have been fun to watch. That was
Later, everyone. Fun game.
that was probably the most kind post-game comms I think I've heard in the last 5 months. You love to hear it, though. I'm very happy to see that. And Tint will just do it yet again. They are the absolute kings at this point of reverse sweeps. It is uncontested now, uncontestable. They are always ready and able to just come through with those 2-round reverse sweeps. Meanwhile, for Mirage, it's like I was saying earlier on, though, about their team. That record is going to continue to be supremely misleading. I mean, they'll fall to 2-8 here off of this loss, but there is not a doubt, and there shouldn't be a doubt for any of the 20 or so viewers that tuned in. Shouldn't be a doubt in their minds that Mirage is legit. Like, they are going to be a very good team if they stick together here. I mean, they are very new in the grand context of these teams that they're playing against on a lot of these weeks, and they are just providing so many incredible highlights and good team play. And now, if they actually integrate, you never know, if they integrate Saluda into that main roster too, that could be a factor. But either or, just they're a team with a bright future. Looking forward to seeing. And for There Is No Team, well, they're a team with a bright past and I think a bright future as well. A lot of experience there, and even speaking on the two Ready at Dawn developers on the team there with Dave and White Dragon. A bright future in the game in general. It's all fun to see, and I'm not just saying that because I feel like they're going to watch this later and be like, oh, that Pally's always buttering us up so he can get his door back. What's the Palidore, you ask? A very age-old relic that most people, I would reckon, don't even know about these days. That's okay. Anyway, neither here nor there, but you know what is there? The end round screen, the highlights, seeing... Oh, I'm so disappointed because I didn't actually get the stats because I was too busy listening to the comms. So shame on me. I just undid any goodwill that I had with the stream by missing out on collecting the updated stats for that third round. Shame, 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 shame. But whatever. Saluna had, I think you actually saw it on the scoreboard. Never mind. Before I went to this screen, when I was out here, I'm pretty sure the scoreboard was visible. So if anyone's curious, you'll just have to look at that. My bad. I'm terrible and I fired myself. Nonetheless... All right, back to it. Unfollowed. Yep, shame on me. Sorry, Cruisin. Steve Fontac stopping in the chat saying GG's. Very good games. That was so fun to watch. And yes, that will be it, I suppose, for this stream. So for everyone who tuned in and watched and enjoyed themselves, hopefully you had as much fun as I did and as those teams did. Congrats to Tint for the win and to Mirage for the good showing. Before we head off, I'll bring up the schedule for you because we do have a very busy last 4 days of this regular season. Indeed. So as we can see here, we'll be starting off the day tomorrow with Fusion versus Team Gecko, looks like, and actually simultaneously Vibers versus Phantoms. So hopefully we'll be able to get both of those streamed. I'm not 100% sure yet, however. We'll see. I think there's a decent chance, but we'll see. For Team Gecko, they're going to go on as well after that to face Fusion actually twice. Interesting. So I didn't realize they were matched up twice, but that they are. We have Smash Dash, who will be facing Alpha Ducks. And then later on in the evening, North America, it will be Spaghetti versus Infinite, Invictus versus Space Force, Reboot versus High Voltage, formerly known as Planet Express. Then Ignite versus There Is No Team, who we just saw here tonight. and Wireless Jax, who we saw some Jax players. Saw Gilligan in there in the chat earlier. Wireless Jax facing off against Deception. So that'll all be fun for sure. Guys, I'm saying thanks for casting Pally. Well, thanks for chatting, Guy. Yeah, that's what you did today, and you did a really good job of it. Solid effort. I give your chat participation a solid 8 out of 10. It was nice. Your input came when it mattered. And yes, so that will be it for me, I do believe. Stop the rambling, I do suppose. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today and us here at VR Master League. Until tomorrow, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and be good to each other, like these two teams were today. Take care, y'all.